Hello, Sand Shifter, and welcome back. Hope everything's going all right. Here we are. We got a new day, and here we are in random internet land once again. We got a blinking Facebook icon, like it wants me to share to Facebook. We're definitely. Sand Shifter, thank you for the flower, and thank you for confirming your membership in this room. Well, I hope everybody's doing okay. Welcome back to TikTok. Welcome to a new life, a new you, where anything can be possible. So what do you want to do today? What do you want to know? Is there anything I can help you with? I hope you're okay. We're going to say not interested to this ad right here. We're getting a lot of generational kind of stuff. Millennials are this, Gen Z is this. I see a lot of stuff like that. I don't know why. Now we're going to say not interested for this Subaru ad. Tortesian Dream, hello. And thank you for the earth. As an eater of Tortesian Dream, thank you for the TikTok. I'm going to say not interested in that person. It's whatever. You ain't got to do nothing. Want to do the work today? I really want to do the work today. Do the work today. Anyone who says the world gets soft follows that up by telling you the most brutal. Here we have French. I don't know French. I'm going to say not interested. And here, doing nothing is trending. I didn't invent doing nothing on social media, nor did I expect it to trend. But as you know, my friends and I have been doing nothing on social media to protest the attention economy for quite some time. And now it's becoming a trend. There's people doing nothing. I don't know if it's in protest or what, but Sand Shifter, thank you for the sweet melon. Ashley, thank you for the French lesson. Okay, here we have an ad, and it's football related, so I'm going to say not interested. It's not relevant to me. Great. All right, let's keep going. I get a lot of ADD content and a lot of neurodivergent content, and I generally try not to interact with it. Here's some introvert content. That's good stuff. Jess, thank you for confirming your membership in the wildest, craziest, hottest, funniest, silliest, wackiest chat room I have ever seen. Thank you. Okay, here's one of those duets that's somebody just like doing something while some other kind of thing. Which one is the original video? Oh, this isn't a true duet. This is an upload of someone else's material. Let's look at their account. Jess, good to see you. Okay. This person built their whole thing by just stirring stuff and making a duet with someone else's content. But it's not a true duet. They are lifting the duet and putting it onto this account. These might not even be this person's duets. They have 11 million likes. and they have 136K followers. Not a duet, 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 not a duet. None of these, absolutely none of these link back to the original video. And all these are probably someone else's content lifted and re-uploaded onto this, to the point where they have 136K followers and 11 million likes. The power of this platform to lift someone else's material and get credit for it is unprecedented. I'm going to block them. All right, let's keep going. Here's an advertisement for Breathing Right. Sounds good, but we're going to skip that. Mr. Sexy J Say. Great name. Hope you're doing all right. Well, what's everybody want to do today? What do you want to know? Time flies. Welcome. I'm available if you need anything. It's a wonderful afternoon. It's Wednesday. I'm not in a hurry. More generational content. Gen X, Gen Z, millennials. Time flies. Tempest forget. Forget about it. Did she say get these likes up? Okay, I'm not going to tell you to like. I'm not going to tell you to share. I'm not going to tell you to do anything. If you're going to like, you're going to do it. I don't know or care if me telling you to like has an effect on whether or not we get likes. So, Sandshifter is cleaning up clutter. All right. John, you are so smart. Thank you for that. It's a good thing I have you in here. Here's more generational content. Gen Z, millennials. Jennifer Forever, hello. Good to see you again. John, you are so wise and compassionate. I'm very lucky to have you in here. Okay, here is an ad for Vice News. I'm going to say not interested. Okay, that's gone. Now, we did a lot of not interesteds. So after like 10 of them, I like to do a restart. So I close this, and I'm going to restart the device. Okay. While we're waiting for that, I'll put my full attention on the chat. Here we go. Ashley has to buy pickles, but the ADHD is telling her, why don't you just learn to pickle? That's a good long-term strategy. Perhaps you could get pickles right now to bridge you. And you could be eating the instant pickle to get the energy to be able to do the long-term pickle. I hope you will do what you feel is right. Jennifer Forever, it's good to have you back. Ashley believes that a month will pass and she will neither have pickles or knowledge of pickling. But I hope you can do both. Jess wants to know, how do you actually pickle? And Ashley responds that, and I believe this is correct, I don't know anything about pickling, but it has something to do with vinegar and canning. Somewhat, I don't know. I'm actually not into pickles, but I think I found someone who does. Like peas in a pod. Garden Cats, you're late. Josh, the Pink God, you're late. Joe DiMaggio, you're dead. It's good to have you back. I'll never forget church bells for Joe DiMaggio. The year was 1999. maybe 97. Whatever. Detroit J. Welcome back. It's Wednesday. And here we are, feeling alive, grateful that we are alive, aware that we're awake, and awake in our aliveness, and alive in our awareness. People's talk shows coming through with the friendly kitties. That's what I want to see. Anybody who's interested, put down some cat emojis for no reason. Thank you for the likes, but you really don't have to do anything. There is no material benefit to getting all of the likes. Earlier this year, we broke 300K likes for the first time, and I didn't win any prizes or anything, and neither did you. But I know how it feels to want to tap and provide additional energy to an experience while we're in it. So I get it. Thank you, Jess, for the cat. People's Talk Show Live. If you're going to come in here all smiley faces like this, I'm going to have to put you to work. We got dozens of random internet people out there who need to move from disruption to success. Like Cornbread right there. Cornbread is in tears. So, Ashley, Sandshifter, People's Talk Show, if you're going to come in here all smiley faces, we got a lot of work to do. Cornbread's frown must be turned upside down. Legend has it that they messed up her coffee. She ordered soy. They might have given her whole milk. She doesn't drink milk. Cornbread doesn't drink whole milk. Storm, hello. Good to see you again. And welcome to Wednesday. Spacey Casey, welcome to my live. It is a brand new day. They're working on a house down the street. There's lots of hammering going on. Lots of power saws. Power screwdrivers. Power nail drivers. Oh, we're hearing it all. It's down the street. I'm hearing cling and clang and dropping stuff. Casey, whole milk is not for the faint of the heart. User 437-192-5761557. You look really familiar. Are you by any chance related to user 437-192-5761556? I think I might have gone to Harvard with your mother. She was the best goddamn lawyer in Cambridge. God rest her soul. Tell your dad I said happy Halloween. Casey, don't respond to low-value men. You know better than that. It is 3:57 on the East Coast, and we're hanging out in brand new, fresh, innovative ways that have never been seen before on this platform. Welcome to Wednesday. All right, sand shifters, got to go finish the work. Check you later. Thanks for coming through. Maybe I'll see you later. It is 12:57 in Arizona. 12:57. Oh, what's this? What's this? Right. We can use TikTok while we're on TikTok. Actually, the future is bright. Yeah, it's very not too different than this one. It's just like this one, but it's just a little bit. The temperature is cooling down. You're late. Carl, our good friend Carl, left such an intelligent comment here. I can't wait to delete his comment and block him. What a very helpful, smart person. Carl, 4. Great. Okay. Thank you, Carl, for providing your helpful, funny, intelligent, especially funny. Carl, 4. Casey says that it's hot as hell over there. Jennifer Ever, thank you so much for confirming your membership in the wildest, craziest, silliest, funniest chat room I have ever seen. All the way back to 1971, the very first chat room. They linked 10 federal offices together in the wake of Nixon's price wage freeze. The 10 federal offices formed the very first chat room. They could monitor each other's keystrokes. With every keystroke, the other 9 rooms could see it. I haven't seen anything this hot since then. All of you are doing great. All right, Carl's blocked. He can find another situation. Here's an acoustic session of Taylor performing This Is Me Trying, one of my favorite songs. Number 1 in FYP. It definitely knows. Let's put Taylor on pause for a second. I've been having a hard time adjusting. Shining wheels, they are rusting. Don't need a shoot to kill when I'm back. I have a lot of regrets about that. It's only on the road just to work out. Alright, good. We'll work on that one. Brad, you're playing me. I ain't playing nothing. Lost Tether, good to see you again. Yeah, well, until further notice, Taylor is the closest thing we have for a symbol of perfect imperfection. Very relatable, you know. We all have the capacity. We all strive for perfection, but we are beautifully imperfect. And to have such a famous fucking person being admittedly imperfect is very relatable for us. Taylor is a superhero in that way. All right, let's keep going. Joe Biden. Okay, skipping right that. If the very first 0.3 seconds of your video is the name of the president, you're probably going to get a lot of skips. That said, though, what do I know? Oh, yeah, of course, look at this. This guy, he's got 0 likes, 12 comments, 0 favorites. So this is an interesting video. It he has good engagement, sort of. Let's read some of these comments. An opinion. Name calling. Name calling. Name calling. Name calling. Shit talking, name calling, support, abuse, name calling. Okay, I don't know what this guy said about Joe or Hunter or whatever his opinion is. I'm not even going to listen. But the majority of the comments are name calling. They're not. Yeah, Steve. As you know, the majority of these comments are not responding to the substance of your message. They're talking shit on you because that's all they got. They don't know how to respond to what it is you actually said. The majority of the comments are name calling. Some of them are downright abusive. There's only one supportive comment out of these 12. Name calling, people who resort to name calling are clearly uninterested or not intellectually equipped to respond to the substance of the actual disagreement underlying. And politics is done like that on purpose, so that we, the common people, don't have access to speak with each other about what it is we actually want. On the other side of politics is human rights, criminal justice, the environment, the law, economics. Real life shit is on the other side of politics, but no one is going to touch any of that because politics is garbage, and it's set up like that on purpose. As soon as you start trying to talk about any issue, everybody goes straight to name calling and talking shit, because we're not actually interested in making things better. It's more of like pro wrestling or a sport. Thank you, Abundancia, for the flower. Hello, Allison. Good to see you. Okay, here's an ad from SurveyMonkey. I'm going to say not interested, not relevant. Good, that's gone. Hello, Abundancia. City girl, now country. Hello. Good choice. It's one thing to move from the country to the city, but to go the other way around, that might be a win. Many who live in cities are kind of trapped there and have no hope of moving to the country. Allison's mom hates that Cardigan song. I love it. And it knows that I love it. And that's why within the first 20 of the recommendations, it provided me a video with that stitched. Storm, thank you for confirming your membership in the hottest, craziest, wildest, funniest, silliest chat room I have ever seen. Card readers. Half of the lives that I see are card readers. That's a good hook. Let me stop. I want to do something that I've never seen anybody else do. Or I want to do something I've never seen people do. We don't know what he's going to say after that, but we might be hooked. What is this thing you've never seen anybody? I don't know. It's Storm, thank you for the sweet melon. I think that's not a bad way to start a video. Storm, thank you for the sweet melon. In response, I'm going to drink some of this fruit juice that we have over here. It's Wednesday morning. Lost Heather, I feel great. I had a really good night and a really good morning. Yeah, Steve, I got 3 phones, so I can use TikTok while we're on TikTok. I can make videos and fucking actually talk to people without being, She says the woman is a wuss being let. Oh, man. Allison's mom just said some mean stuff about the Cardigans. All right, here's Mystic Mike. He's a guitar player I follow. Cornbread. It's good to be on TikTok while we're on TikTok. I hope you're doing well this morning, Cornbread. Abundancia, thank you for the melon. All right, here's an ad for Tony Hawk. I don't know why he's advertising, but I'm going to say not interested. All right, Cornbread sent that TikTok by accident. I actually invited somebody in by accident yesterday. We were chilling, and like Evan pops up on the box, and I'm like, I like you, Evan, but not now. And I got him out of here before I could hear his voice. The People's Talk Show. You and I are in a primordial, primitive, prehistoric version of virtual reality. You and I are currently living in life before the robots, life before the drones. And most of people in this room will probably spend most of their lives telling young people about life before the robots. This isn't strictly virtual reality yet. This is technically augmented reality, where the image you see here and the objects in the background are represented by objects in real life. You can have you could believe that you could find it. But soon, this is going to be very hyper realistic and unreal. These filters are just the beginning. This is just the beginning, okay? This hyper realistic, it looks real. Are we dreaming? Are we awake? Is it a video game? Is it real life? More on this later. Oh yeah, I love that blue man filter. We were doing some dancing yesterday. We might do more of that today. I'm not really so into ASMR, but I respect it as art. So I don't say not interested, but I try not to interact with it. This guy's cool. His name's North South. Um, Modern philosopher. Lots of good think takes. You saw the Blue Guys party? Yeah, I saw the Blue Guys. They're busy. They're in a lot of rooms. Ah, good old Parker. I'm sure you know Parker. Kellogg's. Hello. Mojo Rising Art. Hello. Welcome to Wednesday. A ghost is having one heck of a day at work today. Debate a feminist? No thanks. Debate? No. I would hang out with a feminist, but I certainly ain't going to debate. Why would I do that? What is there to win? Like, what is your plan? Like, what is your intended outcome? Anyway, Marissa, hello. Oh, good. Cornbread got a donut, and it's better than you thought it would be. Great. I'm very proud of you for getting it, especially after that coffee loss. You deserve the donut win. This guy seems fun. All right, here's Eddie. He's making some music. He's got electronic stuff. He's blowing into something. I like it. If he didn't already have 285K likes, I would like it. But I'm not gonna. Um, Wealth inequality. In the attention economy, we don't want to be inheriting the inequalities of the previous system. So be mindful if you're going to give likes to someone who already has more than you and all your friends combined. I get so much neurodivergent content, and I'm not asking for it. All right, this is hot. Okay, this is that guy Eddie again. Listen to this beat. I like it. And it also gives me content. It's testing me. I don't interact with it. But sometimes it tests me with like traps, like men versus women kind of shit. And it wants me to stitch it and be like, well, this is problematic because no, I ain't taking the bait. I ain't interacting with gender wars. No. To heal the division, hanging out is what we need. Getting into more debating and telling people they wrong ain't going to do nothing for nobody. Ninja Kitty, thank you for confirming your membership in the hottest chat room I've ever seen. Cornbread, thank you for the finger heart. Thank you. Yeah, hanging out works. Whateverness works. I can't, like, when I came in here like a year ago, I mean, it was partly satire, even though I believed what I was saying. But throughout the months, I mean, I've seen it again and again. Hello, Romero. Hello, M. A ghost is a ghost. Thank you for this sweet melon. M, you just reached a new member level by just showing up. Here's Fugazi. Anybody like Fugazi? They're a really fun band. I like them. I could learn a lot more about them. Here's Alan. Alan Van Ware is one of the first people I met on TikTok. I thought that I was going to do guitar lessons and stuff, and then when I found out what he was doing, I was like, there's no reason for me to add to that. Storm, thank you. All right, Storm just made the goal. Many others have worked for this. So what we're going to do is we're going to get some fruit juice, and we're going to drink it. It's a miracle! Hallelujah! This is an achievement. This is big news for everybody. We got apple juice and orange juice, lemonade, lots of good stuff in here. You built this. Well, not bad. Not bad at all. I mean, I drink a lot of coffee, but I'm trying to decrease my dependence on it. So lately I've been doing, leaning more towards fruit juice in the morning. Of course, I still drink coffee, but I try not to, be in a rush to have like 3 of them as soon as waking up like I used to. So let's make a new goal. Allison, thank you for the orange. I suppose I could have an additional swig of this fruit juice. You're meant to wait an hour and a half before your first cup. Interesting. Okay, a ghost is a ghost. Says wait an hour and a half before your first cup of coffee. Good. Thank you for that. Storm, thank you for the high bear. All right, let's enjoy one of these bears. Oh no, don't leave without the package. Cornbread almost went to FedEx without the package. Hello, Tracy. And welcome back. Welcome to lunchtime. Storm, thank you for the high bear. It's an ad. I'm going to say not interested. I say not interested on pretty much every ad, just on principle. Marissa's going to go back to work. Thanks for stopping by. Come by anytime you want. We're getting this day started. Not quite sure what we're going to get into yet. There's no real plan like usual. I'm just going to be here. That was a good setup because in terms of like clickbait, scroll bait, I call it, um, Social media professionals will call them hooks, but I call them scroll bait. Look, I'm just going to say this because I love you and you need to hear it. I don't know who needs to hear this, but okay, so you just spent 2 seconds of the video saying something other than what the video is supposed to deliver, but it's all in the setup. If you can deliver the hook right, even though someone has heard countless videos that start off with, I don't know who needs to hear this, but surprisingly, people still stick around for that. I'm surprised that scroll bait works as well as it does. Um, you would think almost everybody would be resistant to it now. But this video has 73 people sat through the hook and got to the payoff and liked it. A ghost is a ghost. Thank you for the heart me. I don't know who needs to hear this, but thank you. You need to hear this. Here is an ad for Mercedes-Benz. I am probably not going to be a customer for them anytime soon, so I'm going to say not relevant to me. Here's more hashtag neurodivergent. I'm trying not to interact with it. I don't want to block it either. Hashtag Pink Floyd. I would interact with it, but it's already has 164K likes. Okay, more generational content. You recognize this guy? Does anybody recognize this guy? He pretends to be his boomer dad, and then he pretends to be millennial. So he has like, so now he's the millennial. So he creates these dialogues where he pretends to be millennial and then the boomer parent. Hey, I remember. You want to hang out for a few minutes? If you want to. I mean, obviously. Hang out with me for a few minutes. All I'm doing is
Okay.
by the way. Welcome to TikTok.
Oh, thank you. It's my first day here.
You've probably been awake a lot longer than me.
Yeah, I think so. Wait, I don't know. I don't know what that means.
Cornbread, hook us up. Ghost to ghost, hook us up. Hello, Shadow.
Thank you, thank you. Oh, the flood's gone.
That's right. Yeah, the flood went away last night. It was just a few hours. Okay, looks like Shadow went to a meeting and no one else showed up. That's good news, I think.
Whoa.
I mean, they kind of wasted your time,
Whoa.
but
Was it a cute cafe?
I hope you got to enjoy the cafe anyway.
Exactly.
We got some small children playing across the street. I'm not going to put them on cam, but they are very, very tiny. They look like they're like, the one
Mm.
kid looks like he's 2. Mm.
Mm. Hmm.
Yeah, next time this floods, I'm going to try to put it on regular TikTok. I considered that last night, ending the stream so I could put it on regular TikTok, but
Hmm.
I miss opportunities like that all the time. There's like once in a while we run into things that it'd be nice if we had permanent record of it.
I'm the opposite. I'm just like, cool. I don't even need a picture. That's cool.
I mean, that's how I survived all these years of social media until I started using TikTok. Like I spent like 20 plus years not stopping to film every single thing
Hmm.
and to post every second of our lives and categorize and catalog every second of our life. I didn't live like that until the past year.
Hmm. It is weird though that they don't have the script at all or the chat in the lives. I mean, it makes sense, but it just sucks that the technology isn't there yet. But also, I think it would be a space issue. I think that it would overload our phones because having the text with the video, I think would be cooler.
Absolutely. Olivia, welcome to this beautiful Wednesday afternoon.
We can do a sky check here. There's a gray. Another little feather coming on down. Little feather. Oh, I don't even think it's. Is it? We're gonna go get that feather. What the freak? Hey, buddy, you're mine now. Oh, I can't walk all the way over there. Disconnect and my phone will kind of explode. But there was a feather just floating down. It's regular gray, just gray, 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 gray and green. And then we got the Tim Burton tree. You know, the ones that aren't really green. I call those Tim Burton trees. Yes, Lost Heather explode. There's a weird, like the airport's right over there, and then the flight path, and so the airplane comes, and then the phone doesn't work so good. There's an invisible line right there in the grass, there to there. Yeah. See, Olivia knows. Their phone also sometimes explodes.
Hey, Jude, welcome to Wednesday afternoon.
Oh, we got listener.
I'm going to be down here at least another full day.
Okay.
Maybe tomorrow.
Yep. Oh, we got a plane coming in. No, that was a lie. There is a plane, but it's clear out there on the other side. It won't be visible, even though I can hear it. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for the Eyes to the Skies program segment. Oh, it wasn't a plane at all. It was this guy. Think green. More green. Think of the earth. More green. More green. There just isn't enough green anywhere. All right. I will see you guys later. Thanks for joining us for the Eyes to the Skies Fresh Air Report. And I'll bring it back to you
All
guys,
right. I'll see you soon.
as always.
All right, bad news, everybody. The people that Shadow was supposed to meet did show up after all. So now she's got to act like a human. We're sorry, Shadow, but when you shapeshift back into a random internet person, we will be here with you and for you. All right. So we're enjoying a quiet afternoon, a very easygoing afternoon. We're on TikTok. While we're on TikTok, okay, here's the kind of thing that I will hit not interested in. Right off the bat, it's got a very large amount of stats. Like it's got almost 1 million likes. It's got 800,000 likes. The hashtags, hashtag joke, hashtag funny, hashtag for you, hashtag FYP, hashtag CapCut, hashtag test. I don't want to ever see any video that uses any of those hashtags. If you give me something funny, you're probably not going to use hashtag funny. And the type of person I respect who tells me a joke is probably not going to spoon feed me the fact that it's a joke. So we're going to hit not interested on that. All right. And now FYP will show me less content that uses those hashtags. So my FYP is messed up, and I haven't put that much time into FYP training lately. And oops. Okay. Now this is important to me because I believe it works in both directions. I can't prove it, but intuitively, through my experience, it does feel like if I train this thing on what to serve me in a very specific way, it also serves me to others in a specific way. Several months ago, like magic was happening. Like it felt like I was like summoning people. I mean, like every few minutes, somebody would come in here who we didn't know, and I don't know. So anyway, I'm going to keep going. Karen Clark, hello. Nolan Riddle, hello. Yeah, my FYP is messed up. I got to completely retrain it. It doesn't know what to do with me anymore. It doesn't know how to categorize me. And that's because I'm not putting out any content about any specific topics. It's just kind of whatever. But hashtag whatever will give you a whole mess of randomness. Might be a little too random. We don't want to be directionless, or do we? I'm not really the kind of person that's supposed to be out in the general public. I see a lot of content about the writer's strike, and I don't know why. Again, with the Roman Empire. I'm not going to explain why I'm not interested in that one, but Seth, thank you for your message of love. Good to see you again. All right, what does everybody want to do today? What can I help you with? We are now artificial intelligence equipped. Late at night, I've been doing story time where I try to incorporate some of the names of some of the people in the chat with a video, with a yeah. You can reset what FYP knows about you, but like, I mean, it's a real reset. It's as if you just started a brand new account, and you're going to see stuff that isn't relevant to you. It's going to be like advertising that's targeted to you based on your location and what it knows about your phone and what your phone can figure out from what else is on your phone. So, although it's a true reset, it starts to reconfigure very quickly. Jennifer, thank you for the donut. How do you reset? I'll show you. All right, we're going to go to your profile. We're going to go up to the top over here, the hamburger lines. We're going to go to settings and privacy, and you're going to go down to content preferences. Within content preferences, the fourth option is refresh your For You feed. Filter video keywords. Not yet. Okay, we did say not interested on a lot of things. So I'm going to close it again, and we're going to do another reboot. Here, I got a text from a number I've never seen before. I have no history texting or calling this number. And their text says wrong number. So I replied, correct. This is a wrong number. Have a nice day. Heart emojis. Lost Heather says you accidentally told it. Okay, Lost Heather accidentally told it she wasn't interested in something. So to reset that, you got to see if it shows up in your keyboard. So you're going to go back to content preferences. It's in your preferences and settings. Content preferences. Filter video keywords. I have 15 keywords filtered out. See if any relevant hashtags show up in this list, and you'll be able to pop them off the list. See if that does anything for you. Restart. Okay, this is restarting. Okay, we still haven't had any food yet. We could do that at some point. Welcome to Wednesday afternoon. I'm not giving a presentation on anything. I'm not selling anything. Alfredo liked going for walks. He has a girlfriend, a poodle mix. What I will do for food? Probably pizza. It'll be a little bit of a walk. We'll do it. Not immediately. Multi-pass fail. Could use some groceries. I hope you get what you need. Fonzie's about to last cans. Hey, friendly reminder. Okay, that's another way to start a video. Hey, friendly reminder. Now, I stopped it before they got to the point, um, because all I heard was the fact that this person decided to use a hook. Here's an ad for a game. I'm not interested. It's not relevant to me. If you're American like me, dot, dot, dot. Another example of a hook. You could say that before almost anything. If you're an American like me, you probably love donuts. Thank you, Jude. Okay, this one's in a language I don't speak. I see a lot of ads that are trying to get me to use CapCut. It's not an ad straight up. It's just recommending something that has like a CapCut tip, hashtag CapCut. Ooh, I'm just going to add hashtag CapCut to my list of banned words. So hopefully I will never ever again see in FYP a video that uses hashtag CapCut. Most of them are offering templates to use, or it really wants me to use CapCut, but I'm not going to. I prefer to do everything within the TikTok app. Oh, how do you do the banned words? I'll show you. Let's close out of that. Okay. You're going to go to your profile, and then you're going to go click on the hamburger thing, and you're going to go to your preferences and settings and privacy. You're going to look down for content preferences. And the very first option is to filter video keywords. And now I'm going to add keyword. We're going to add hashtag CapCut, filter from, you can choose for you or following. So from my for you, I should, in theory, never see hashtag CapCut ever again. Save. Okay. And now I'm going to restart the app, which I might not have to do, but I'm superstitious. Multi-pass fail had AOL 1.0. And CompuServe. I used CompuServe before. Here's an ad for Verizon. Let's say not interested, not relevant. Yeah, I remember liking CompuServe. I don't remember why. So many people are dot 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 because dot dot dot. That is a very another popular way to start a video. So many people is a very easy thing to say. You don't have to cite anything, and the vagueness allows you to just kind of like make shit up. Because statistically, it shouldn't be hard to find so many people who happen to fit the description of whatever it was you said. Okay, I'm gonna click not interested on this. I hard scroll on that line so fast. Thank you, Romero. I stayed on this video for like more than a second because of the color scheme. Look at that color scheme. You see that? That hat? Okay, now this is a when they okay, many videos start off with like a question where like it's edited in a way that makes it seem like the person is like working somewhere or they're like already in the middle of a presentation and they're repeating back a question they were just asked. Usually this is staged and it's done that way purposely. But something I do appreciate is that within the first zero point 0.5 seconds of the video, you're very clear on what you're going to get. So that is a plus. Here's another one that attempts to debunk an idea that is out there in a vague way. Um, some people say yada yada yada, but it's really yada yada yada. And you don't have to cite any specific person who says this. You can just assume that there's somebody out there with a take that you have a solution for or something. Which brings us back to the trying to set yourself up above someone else to appear better, relatively speaking. Because there's somebody out there who is bad, therefore I'm good. Which I do from time to time, but whenever I know I'm doing it, I try to say out loud that that's what's happening. Um, Multi-pass fail is a retired history and social studies teacher. 70-30 alive, dead with the sound of music. Jason Meadows, hello. This is good. We're starting to see more spiritual and psychic kind of stuff on average. It's beginning to work. This is a beautiful account. This person runs lives. It's called Amish Built Cabins. AmishBuiltCabins.com. It's a professional account. They're selling stuff, but they take you through these beautiful things. And if you like dreaming, it's a really fun account to watch. And yeah, I've hung out in this room before a little bit. The at is AmishBuiltCabins.com. That's their username. And they are selling stuff, but it is fun to look at them. Corporate humor, somewhat relatable. I mean, I used to work for a college. I used to work in an office. Whoa, okay. Beastie Boys on Soul Train in 1987? All right, all right. '88 core memory with the BB. Okay. All right. This is some like self improvement, healing journey kind of clickbait, scroll bait. Imagine who you would be and how you would feel if you ever start a video like that. Have you ever clicked on a video that does that? Imagine who you would be and how you would feel if. So here's like a really good way to set up something that's relatable, and you could just talk about something you regret, and hopefully provide some kind of hope that you can still have a new beginning and still do whatever this thing is starting now. That's usually how that works. All right, I'm going to save you 3 minutes. Uh, the love of your life is probably not going to feel like a Disney movie. You might feel like that eventually, but the most cherished and successful long-term relationships I ever had, things were very whatever at first. Like you don't even realize that you're getting to know each other. It just kind of happens. And then one day you realize it. And then after that, you can have butterflies and stuff. But if you just meet somebody out of nowhere and shit is like, oh my God, you might be idealizing them. You might be idealizing yourself. You don't know this person. So, I don't know. Oh, this guy. I haven't seen this guy in FYP in like a year. I remember him being funny. Okay, this is easy content to make that I'm tempted to do sometimes. Basically, what you do is you leave TikTok, look at some news, and then you come back to TikTok and tell everybody whatever you read. And since most people stay within the TikTok ecosystem and they're not going to go elsewhere to look at news, TikTok users kind of actually need this. They kind of need a few people reading news off of TikTok and then making videos about it. Um, Mark Zuckerberg just announced these three things that yada, yada, yada. Now, chances are, if you are interested in Facebook at all whatsoever, it's probably going to be high up in the recommendations of what Google gives you if you go to your whatever, whatever. But if you're stuck within TikTok, Marianne Williamson, big fan. George Carlin, big fan. Somebody on live who's not talking. Just go on live. Don't talk. It works. Sometimes when I don't talk, uh, sometimes I do better than when I'm talking. Yeah, George Carlin. Yeah, I saw him in the early 2000s, maybe. Frank Sinatra content. He used to teach classes. Okay, so this format, we already decided like 2 months ago that this is cringe now. This worked very well earlier in 2023, where you start a video and you set it up, and within 10 seconds, then you stop and say, okay, here's an example of this format. Hey, stop scrolling. Hey, clickbait, scroll bait, as I call it, can really help the listener within the first few seconds stop and listen to your video. Hi, I'm a random internet person and I make videos about yada, yada, yada. Anyway, and then you proceed with the thing. So you give an intro, and then within 5 to 10 seconds, you stop and then you introduce yourself, and then you move on with the content. We already decided, like, word around the street at least 2 months ago was that this format is dead and it's considered cringe. Earlier in 2023, it was good. By April or May, I was satirically using sarcastic, and I wasn't the only one satirically and sarcastically using that type of setup. If you don't know what I'm talking about, let me show you an example.
Let me tell you about one of the most toxic traits of ADHD that I see not only myself but also the clients that I serve. Hi, my name is Alex, and I'm a clinical therapist.
Yeah. So, hey, I'm going to make a video about ADHD, yada, yada. Hello, my name is so and so, and I'm a neuroscientist at yada, yada, yada. Anyway, okay, so now there's some problems with this. It's a format, there's a pattern. If you were one of the first few people who used that format, it would have worked really well. But now that the pattern has been established, within 5 to 10 seconds of the video, if you are interested in the topic and then the person stops to introduce themselves, it's just like, okay, please stop. Especially if you're already following this person, then like you don't want to see them introduce themselves over and over and over again. You don't need to introduce yourself. If someone is interested in who you are, they'll figure it out. Now, I have an advantage though, because hi, I'm a random internet person and I'm just hanging out. So it would be different if I was stopping and saying, hello, I'm Michael from New Jersey and I'm a retired audio engineer who fucks around on TikTok for fun. Even that would be better than the standard professional, that format. Here's one in a language I don't know, and it might be good, but I can't understand it. That's my problem, but I got to hit not interested on that. Okay, remember your location history. Not your location history, but your current location. Some of us have location enabled, some of us do not. On this phone, well, this is a Google phone. You probably can't turn off location, but on this one I can, and on my other phone. My other phone, I used to have location turned off on that completely. I had a lot of weird settings on that one for a while. Um, if your location is turned off, you're more likely to see content from outside of your country. outside of your language and outside of your region. If you have location turned on, you're more likely to see things that are closer to you or pertinent to your region or in your native language. Genuine question to like older people. Okay, that's another scroll bait one. Um, if you have to say out loud that it's a genuine question, um, you might be setting it up. Maybe, I don't know. But this is inviting because if you look at this person and you think that you might be older than them, then you are hereby qualified to stitch or duet. Cornbread, thank you for the donut. And thank you everyone else who sent donuts. Cornbread, thank you for making this donut dream a reality. To be provided by donuts from my random internet friends is truly a remarkable experience that never gets old. This never gets old. Thank you. Cold Beer 7. Any relation to Cold Beer 6? I might have went to Yale with your father. We were in Skull and Bones together. One time, your father and I had to sacrifice a beautiful woman to the dark forces. And then I got an A.
I'm sorry, we have no midsize available at the moment.
Here's a brand account with a blue check mark. It's called Travel Expert and Travel Tips. And at first, I am going to hit not interested, but my initial reaction was to hit not interested because they got a blue check mark. It says Travel Expert, Travel. Okay, stop. If I'm going to travel, I'll figure it out. I'm not interested in going through a third party as a middleman to like hook things up for me. But then what was bizarre is that, wait a second, that's Seinfeld. That's Seinfeld. And they're using hashtag travel hacks, hashtag Seinfeld. So here's a brand account who only on this platform can they get away with this. They wouldn't be able to lift Seinfeld's content and use it in an ad anywhere else. Because this isn't sponsored content. This is a brand account with a blue check mark that's just making content. So it doesn't qualify as an ad in the legal sense. But if you're using a brand account, everything is an ad. I'm going to hit not interested. But I don't want to say not interested to Seinfeld. You know, so this puts me in a tough spot. So I'm going to skip it.
Thanks for buzzing. Mad at him.
Thank you so much for bringing this in.
Tell us about
the fifth and final sign inside of this.
Thank you so.
Okay, here's a guy who appears to be very smart, and he's about to talk shit on NFTs, which is a very easy thing to do. It is very trendy for smart people to say NFTs are garbage. It is much harder for a person who, regardless of whether they're smart or not, to provide actual use cases for NFTs, which has applications in any time you need a unique identifier. That includes concert tickets. That includes like anything that needs your marriage license, your car deed, the deed for your house, anything that uses a unique identifier where there should be only one of I mean, that's what NFTs are for. But everyone associates them with stupid fucking pictures. And the NFT, in those cases, points to an image stored on a server somewhere. So if you think you're buying an image to something, you can actually change what that image is. Like, you can't change the unique identifier, but you can change what the unique identifier happens to be pointing to. More on that later. Anyway, next time you run into an intellectual who's telling you NFTs are garbage, tell them to go back to 2019.
Come here and do the work that they were made for.
Something that I don't think we talk about enough is that
Millennial.
Okay, this guy is funny. I like this guy. He just used some scroll bait, though. Something we don't talk about enough is ... I wish he didn't spend the first 0.8 seconds of his video doing that. I wish he could have got right to it, but I like him. He's funny.
I don't think we.
Millennial parents were ruining our children.
Again, with the generational content. I see so much generationally divisive content. Millennials are like this. Gen Xers are like this. Boomers are like this. Gen Z this. I see a lot of that, and I don't like it. Sometimes I make content responding to those things. Sometimes I do it in a satirical way. On occasion, I'll do it in a serious way. Have an easy fast.
So much fun that it should be illegal. Check this out. This is a free.
Oh.
Hello, Ruby Tuesday.
No way. I fucking love that band. Oh, yeah, my Insta's Bumblebee.
What a heavy load, Einstein.
Energy on the losing side. That's how you lost.
And just a final question here. Is there any sort of work being done too with the airlines?
Stop. I'm going to hit not interested on this. This is probably unfairly boosted content. Hashtags are not relevant to me. Hashtag 6IXBuzz, hashtag YYZ, hashtag Canada, hashtag Toronto, hashtag FYP. None of those are relevant to anything I do, and I don't recall clicking on anything that trains this to do that. This video has 3.4 million likes. It's coming from a brand account. They have a blue check mark. I'm not even going to listen to the video. I'm going to go straight ahead and hit not interested, and I'm going to keep moving.
Why are wet clothes darker? Even the water has no color.
Okay, here's another one where there's a guy starting straight from a question. He's going to answer the question.
When you see the gap go, what's the first thing you're going to do?
Insurance ad. Not interested. Not relevant.
I got kicked out of my band today. Good for you. What? I said good for you.
All right, Authentic Mystic has a meeting. Come back sometime. I'll see you soon. Thanks for coming.
My dad would never.
Where are all the remote jobs? Just wait, bro.
Agreed. There's a lot of remote roles popping up. You just gotta know where to look. Here are 3 of my favorite job boards for.
I love me. How hot are you filter? Oh. Let's see if I'm gonna feel good or bad about myself.
And I'm gonna talk about the topics that I wrote on here, which is synchronicity, imagination, and life. And I just
All right.
so inspired.
Let's go start walking for pizza.
I really think that that's what's gotten me this far. I've always been somebody.
I mean, call me crazy, but it is what it is. And that's just, I feel like, how my soul and spirit really operates at this existence in life and level. But anyway, this connection. What I'm getting at is I was always somebody when I was young to just be like, I believe in world peace and I believe in hope and faith and lots of spiritual things. I've just always been so open to that, like the idea of magic and whatnot. It was never not like normal to me. So living in a world where it isn't technically is a bit odd and strange, and it's taken me some time to get comfortable with my spiritual abilities. And honestly, they're like little keys to the universe, I feel like. I said this last time I was on live, but I feel like Hansel and Gretel almost. The universe is like dropping little gems into my lap, and I'm just like picking them up, carrying myself, and
All right, multi-pass Phil's got his scoot. See you soon.
I'm feeling like I'm not good enough, or like I'm not worthy enough, because those were huge. Used to just hold. I would just use against myself to just hold myself back, and I don't do that anymore because I realize that is toxic. It's like
Okay. How invested in this are you? All right, we're at an hour and a half. We're at an hour and a half. We're at 3.6K likes. We are at 557 diamonds, which is a little under $2 an hour. I'm gonna mute K2 Spooky. Don't Cash App them. Cash App me instead. Here, I'm gonna give you my Cash App. Ignore that person who just tried to use my platform for their Cash App. All right, good. Okay, good. That was close. All right. All right. Michael, I'm going to end the stream and I'm going to come back later. We had a good morning, but I need to come back with some more fire. I think I could do better. We're going to go get a slice of pizza. We're going to hang out for a little bit. So I'm going to invite some friends in.
Where are we going?
Ghost is ghost. Cornbread. Hold on.
I'm at work.
We're gonna go get some pizza.
Pizza. Get it in the middle. Pizza in the morning, pizza in the evening, pizza at supper time.
You're watching The Ghost is a Ghost Roll Parchment on a lovely Wednesday afternoon.
These are actually giant stickers that'll be essentially wallpaper at some point. Uh-oh. Definitely feels like a job a robot could do. Just cut it.
But then you wouldn't get to have fun doing it.
That's true. The cutting
Those
I don't mind.
When you say essentially wallpaper,
Well, I guess I don't know what the difference would be for wallpaper, but this is like usually for like conventions and like just the kind of fake walls that they put up. And so it's not permanent by any means. You usually rip it right off the wall when you're done, or I think they just tear the walls down and go over them. I'm not sure how that works. I'm still new. I'm still new here. Yeah, but these things are just basically big old stickers. Let's see if I can come out of that big printer. And then we throw it through the laminator. And then that's when I get to cut. Cut.
careful, don't stick your fingers in there.
Uh-uh. Can barely stick the paper in there. Ooh. Okay.
Ooh,
It's
yummy. Thank you,
corn.
Cornbread.
Maybe better.
Can I have a plain slice, please? Oh,
They left me all alone at the shop today. And that's kind of scary.
I just got excited, nervous for you.
You go, oh, you can handle it. Don't worry about it.
we got 15 minutes till pizza.
Whew. This ain't delivery. Ooh, I made it. Is Cornbread doing a capitalism too?
What?
Are you doing a capitalism too?
No.
When Brett, I really thought you were going to rip that.
Not the consummate professional cornbread. As soon as I finish this roll, I get to go home. So we are cutting corners, if you will.
Cutting corners while you're cutting corners.
Exactamundo.
Block Heather's mentally divergent, living in two worlds at once.
Best both worlds. Oh wait.
I hope nobody is fake smiling at work. Be sure to not smile. No one is coming through.
Thank you.
Bienvenidos. Oh, thank you for the earth. This is what it's like when worlds collide.
The Authentic Mystic has another hour. Yes. The gift of time.
Anyone got any updates on Halloween or costumes or anything?
I wish.
Halloween costume?
My mom's gonna be the bearded lady at work, so I'm gonna help her with it.
That sounds cute.
My mom's got her mailbox decorated and all of her inflatables out. She's having a good time.
I've been watching a lot of I Love Lucy, maybe something like that.
I've been watching a lot of Chucky. Almost done with all the movies, finished the show. Keep telling myself I'm gonna dress up or like get under a sheet and perform some songs from different artists who have left us to really lean into the ghost being a ghost, but I know myself better than that. It's 31 days in October.
I know another ghost who wants to do something, but yeah, I hear you.
Break out the Ouija board. Some old
I'm
friends.
waiting for you to do that toasty show.
Just there was a time my girlfriend said that she went and got like a psychic reading, and as soon as she came home, or I guess that night, her mom like woke her up in the middle of the night and asked her if she did that, and so I feel like she'd definitely know if we took the Ouija board out of the box and started playing with that. Oh, and I'm trying to convince a bearded friend of mine to come hang out. I don't know if he's got a dog, but he likes cats. You know, we were after bearded dudes with dogs a couple months ago.
that you mentioned that. I was just thinking about that yesterday.
Yeah, I was scrolling through the polls last night trying to find a good one to use, and that's in there. Good dudes, beard or no beard? I don't know how that poll turned out, but. The end of the roll.
I can talk a little more. Yeah. What's happening? Hope you're feeling alright.
What? One point, please. What?
Yeah, I like the little.
Oh, it tastes good. Thank you.
Sorry, that's the end of the line, Lost Heather. We made it. They want me to do other things, but I'm not gonna.
The sauce on this pizza tastes like spaghettios.
Tastes like what?
Spaghettios. The pizza sauce, it tastes like spaghettios.
I don't know. That is SpaghettiOs.
Sometimes I'll be like looking at a can of SpaghettiOs, and I think I almost want it, and then I'm like, yeah, definitely. Okay, never mind. I did once, and I was right. I shouldn't have.
Mm.
But is your pizza good, Mike?
Just have one little bite.
Buonizio. And thank you to all who sent things before I could be vocal.
Yeah, thanks everybody. I see I got some things as well. I've been cutting. 241. Let's cut a rug and get out of here.
Hi, Bonacia. Actually, the corn was there. Hello. Happy afternoon.
I don't know when you are someone to me.
Behind the scenes. Alright, well, I'm going to take out some trash now and try to race home and maybe even try hanging out a little bit when I get there. But thanks for, yeah, getting me up here. Shaking off some of the scaredy cat dust.
All right. It
Sharing
was good
work
to
with
see
you.
you again. Thanks for coming up.
You too, buddy. I'll see you guys later. Ba-ba-da-bum.
right, I'm enjoying some pizza. We got cornbread and Heather hanging out. And I'm going to start driving back pretty soon.
I couldn't hear what you said because I'd accidentally turned my volume down.
I got to drive back soon, so
Cornbread, that's a very peaceful, serene backdrop you have over there.
It's 2:47 on the West Coast, so maybe it's nap time, maybe it's lunchtime, maybe you're just working. None of the above. I sure don't know. But we're here on TikTok right now, hanging out. That's all it needs to be. It's whatever. Just random internet people. Oops.
Now, was that a burrito blanket? Tortilla blanket, rather? Yes, that is a tortilla blanket. Do you want to see it again? Me, I have one too. You gotta show the world. And new again.
is trying to figure out if they are the phenomenon or if they are observing the phenomenon. And my answer to that is dun dun na 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 dun dun na na dun dun na 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 na. Fun. So that's just what I say when I hear that song.
Thank you, Isabella.
Thank you, Noah, for the lightning bolt.
Reality, virtually. Reality, right at your fingertips. Can you imagine anything like that? Hello. Tact T1X. I'm not sure which way to say that.
Tactics.
Tactics?
Tactics. Oh my gosh. Yes, thank you, Ruby. You know.
Detective Ruby on the case.
Yes. I'm yes, new again. The TikTok recovery group on TikTok who are over TikToking. It would just be anything that you did that defied what TikTok is supposed to do, which is shorten your attention span.
If you're going to leave TikTok, why not do it on TikTok?
Yes, tactics. There are things that happen, like connection. Yeah, agree. There are multiple intentions, but we can also make our own intention of what we're doing here. But I just found in the couch cushion. I've been looking for this everywhere. It was in the couch cushion.
Several months ago, I attempted to reform the Elysian Fury account to be like a community kind of account, where like it wouldn't really be about me, it would be about all of us. And I tried to only appear on multi-guest on that channel. And I don't remember how many weeks we were able to do that, but a problem that I had that you're going to have to deal with if you try something like that is what's your plan for if you invite someone in who doesn't exactly treat it like a monastery and they turn it into a party, or they're trying to work on it, or if they talk excessively to the point where like we lose track of the comments. Um, at least 5 people defied the concept, no matter how many times I tried to explain it, and it made me feel like or look like a control freak because every single day I had to keep like policing the situation. And eventually I abandoned it because I didn't like being in that position. So whenever possible, I tried to put positive spin on it. Like I told 2 people in particular that like, oh, well, you're just aligned with your work and you love your work so much that you can't help but work wherever you go. And that's a good thing. But right here, we're going to take a break from that. When you have something to say, then you're done your break and you're ready to go back to TikTok. So I kept on having to say over and over again that like, this is a place where we go when we're not trying to like teach or inform people. But then I had trouble controlling it in that way. And then I decided that I didn't want to or should not be the person who does that. So I believe something like that can and should happen, but someone else is going to have to administrate it on their channel. I failed in leading something like that and organizing that on my thing.
Are you ready to take this back?
Yeah, everybody. Thanks for taking the camera while I was on my pizza break. I've been trying to get pizza all day.
Enjoy the pizza. Well, you had it already.
Thanks,
Thanks for
Cornbread.
having me.
And thanks, Romero. And thanks, Lost Heather. Yeah. So I ended up going as far as making a list, a 2-column list of people who I thought could work within that situation naturally without direction. And then I made a list of people who I believed were incompatible with the concept. And that was after observation of like how people would behave when invited into that situation. Now, within this channel, when I would invite people in, I would usually give no direction or state any. I wouldn't control it, and I would learn over time, uh, how people treat it and how they behave. Right. So I prefer to the you're creeping person, um, who sorry, I'm distracted. I had previously removed you as a follower because when I went down my followers list and I evaluated your account and I saw that your username was you're creeping, I was sure that you were like a 16 or 17-year-old girl who would like accuse me of looking at your profile. Then you would screenshot the fact that I looked at your profile and then you would tell everybody that I'm a creep. So I almost blocked you, but instead I just removed you as a follower. Yeah, that was for your ex, but everybody can read that. And I read that and I removed you as a follower because of that. But now that you're back and we're interacting, I mean, we can be friends. It's okay. But when I didn't recognize you and I didn't know you, I saw it like you were trying to trap me. And I have zero tolerance for putting myself in situations where me just looking at you can be construed as being creepy. I have no tolerance for that. Right. So that was for your ex, but everyone else can see that too. So consider how many people decided not to follow you or even block you in the past few weeks or months from reading that. And that's all I'm saying. So anyway, I wanted to put positive spin on it, and I didn't want to say anybody's malicious or disrespectful of the situation. Like I said, we're in a situation where we feel compelled to be entertaining or cute or smart or funny or educational. There's a lot of pressure on anybody who's on camera to provide something that someone's going to want to listen to. So I thought that I had the bright idea of like, let's have a channel where we productively do nothing. Not that we're doing nothing as in, haha, we're doing nothing on TikTok, which is currently trending, by the way. When we were doing nothing, it was in not only in defiance of the attention economy situation, but also for legitimate health and emotional wellness benefits of pulling back from trying to be somebody on here and allowing ourselves to just be visible. The daily life format. So here we are in chat and interview format. So it's not only appropriate, but expected for this to be an interactive situation, a space doing nothing. I love the Hangouts too. But when somebody tried to turn it into something it wasn't, like there was one person who like, I walked away from the stream for 5 minutes and the monastery that we set all this work setting up, one person was like playing music and trying to turn it into a party. And that got like 2 other people into it too. I came back after 5 minutes and it was a fucking party again. So it's like, we're not escaping from TikTok anymore. We're back on TikTok. I went through all this work to set up a break from TikTok. And now we're back into the overstimulation. We're back into pretending to be somebody. We're back into feeling like we have to do something. So I pulled the plug. I signed off without warning with 9 people on the thing. And I spoke to that person in private, and I told them, like, hey, I'm going to say it again for like the 3rd time. I love your enthusiasm. And I understand that, like, your work is aligned with your play and play is aligned with life. So everywhere you go, you're going to want to do the work. But what I set up here was a place to take a break from that. So if you're not ready to take a break from that, use your own channel. And she was like, oh, okay, I get it. But then 2 or 3 days later, again, she behaved as if we never had that conversation. And she wasn't the only one. There was like, I'm not going to name them, but there were 5 people in particular who ruined it for me every day. So if anybody's going to have a monastery here where we have a group hangout session where we're trying to heal and take a break and not be overstimulatory, I'm not going to be the one to police that, because it makes me look like a control freak if I'm telling other people what they're supposed to not do. So then she comes back and she's back on and she looks like a hostage. She's like frozen and she looks like she's afraid to say anything. And I'm like, that's the opposite of what I wanted, because to tell you that you don't have to do something isn't a command that you have to literally do nothing. That's not what that means. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking about that person because I'm still traumatized. Because that wasn't the only time that I tried to express boundaries or even creative ideas about things, and then they behaved as if we never had that conversation. Anyway, the reason why I brought that up is because someone else brought up, hey, what do you think of doing this thing that I tried 3 months ago? So I'm saying you're going to run into that problem. Some of the people that you're going to invite in are going to very quickly turn it into something it's not. And you're going to have to make a decision on how you're going to police that while everyone else is watching. And the way you're going to, and no matter how you police it, it's going to produce bad vibes. So I hope you're successful with it, but you're going to have to do something drastically different than the way I tried to do it, because I failed. And I consider it a failure because as the administrator, as the leader, I failed to communicate exactly what the creative vision of that account was. I failed to get the cooperation from everyone involved. I failed to, there was a lot of professional failures and creative failures on my part. I can't blame any of the people who turned it into something it wasn't. As the leader, I have to take the blame for that. That's the type of leadership I have to bring to the White House. Any of my cabinet members or the vice, when any of you screw up, I'm going to be the guy who goes on the camera and takes the blame for it. Because I choose to. In very, very rare circumstances, I did it in front of everybody. Because there was one time we had like a good 20 people in the room. And they were just like, this is so awesome. It's like quiet and peaceful. And I love this place. And one person I invited in, I walked away from the camera maybe 15, 20 minutes. And I came back. And everybody had left except for just 2 people. And the room was down to 4. And I was like, I was about to ask what the fuck happened. And I didn't have room to speak because this person was still talking about something that had nothing to do with anything and ignoring the comments and ignoring me too. So I eventually muted them. And I was like, okay, there's 4 people in the room right now, so I don't have much to lose by telling you what time it is. Did you even realize that people can hear you? Did you even realize that you're in this situation with other people? Do you even know what it is that you were invited into? You've been listening for hours, weeks. How could you not know what it is that you were invited into? And did you notice that you cut the room size down to a quarter of what it started with because of the way you were behaving? And instead of apologizing,
She tried to defend herself, so I ended the live, and I didn't speak to her for like 2 or 3 months. I didn't even start acknowledging that person until a few days ago. They're still with us. We're still friends. But I legit didn't recognize or acknowledge that person for at least 2 months, probably 3. I want to share. I want to build something really cool, and I want to share it with people. If I'm going to share it with somebody who's going to destroy it, I get very upset because you're not ruining it just for me. You're ruining it for Isabella and Cornbread and Aramaro and Automatic Flow. I could name a lot of names of people you're ruining it for. So sorry about the bad vibes. I got a little triggered because I'm still traumatized by like 100 different things that have happened to me here in the past few months that I invited myself into. So I can't blame other people, and I can't say these are things that happened to me. These are situations I put myself in because I took creative and professional risks, and I'm going to continue to do that. Thank you, Automatic Flow. Yeah. So then I ended the concept, and I took back my channel, and I said, this is no longer the Random Internet Family channel. This is back to being my music account. Sorry, everybody. No more multi-guest anytime soon. And I flew solo for like at least a week or two. I didn't even work with Cornbread. Like I didn't invite anybody in for like at least a week. So I could try to rebuild the one-on-one trust with anybody who was watching. And Cornbread has been wonderful to work with. It's just that like just going solo, going one-on-one for many hours was what needed to be done to prepare that situation after that. But then I made a video, and I don't know what the date is on that video, but that video marks it. On the Elysian Fury account, there's a video where I said, hey, this whole doing nothing thing to protest the attention economy, maybe I was a little early on that. So let's forget about that. And from now on, if we're going to do nothing, it's going to be strictly for relaxing purposes. All right, let's go back to hanging out. So whatever the date on that, that's on the Elysian Fury account. Whatever the date that was within a day or two of when I ended that format. And for a month or two prior, I don't know, maybe 3 weeks prior, I don't know how long we were doing daily multi-guest. I wanted to create like a quiet place where it's like you're not told not to talk. It's just that like nobody has to feel like they have to talk. And Casey, the pizza is excellent. No, it's not. The pizza's not that great, but I'm glad that I have it. I've been trying to get it all morning. So when I'm scrolling through, gifting Crystal, are you tired of scrolling through TikTok lives and having them all yelling at you? Are you tired of loud music and noises and people trying to sell you things, or people trying to pretend that they're better than other people, or people trying to pretend they know things? What if you scrolled into a live that was a very relaxing, quiet, chill experience where 4 or more people are on screen in a very relaxed, regulated state? And there's like a little bit, we're acknowledging comments from time to time, but We had a pretty good thing going for a little bit, but I wasn't able to get full cooperation, and sometimes it wasn't that. Sometimes that tranquility was broken by some of the people I tried to share it with. And for me to try to police it made the vibes even worse. So the reason why I brought that up was because I got reminded of that concept. Just because I fail at something doesn't mean that it's a bad idea. It was a good idea. I think the idea can work if somebody else administrates it on their account. I said this when I ran a music venue too. After months of telling people to like not break shit or hurt each other or steal or do SA on people, eventually I had to walk away and be like, you know what? There are no music venues in this town for a reason. Now I get it. Now I understand what it's like to deal with insurance. Now I understand what it's to deal with cops. Now I understand why there's no punk or metal or hip hop venues in our town. If anybody else wants to do this, be my guest. You be the one who puts your name on the insurance. You be the one who the cops have to take to court if something goes wrong. So I stepped away. And it took 7 years before I had the heart to try to run a music venue again. And then I did. But we still ran into SA issues, and me being the guy who was supposed to be in control was the one who got talked to about a lot of these things. I had to fucking pretend to be Batman and literally fight some fucking 24-year-old dude. When you're 38 years old, it is embarrassing. It is embarrassing to be in a physical altercation with a 24-year-old boy. I left that too. And I don't have any plans of running a music venue or helping anybody ever. I'm in it for me now. Because every time I try to help somebody, some really selfish person ends up making it worse for me, and I get blamed for it, or at least I'm responsible for it somehow. So no, somebody else can take that responsibility. I'm just going to hang out. You want to run a punk venue, you want to run a metal venue, you want hip hop to happen, you got to do it illegally. Don't open a music venue. Just do it in a fucking basement or somebody's backyard. And when that show is over, host the next one at somebody else's house, and then host it at somebody else's house. That's the way to do it. Don't try to get a fucking commercial business license. Don't start advertising. Don't come up with a name for the venue, especially. And don't do it at the same place more than once. I borrowed $3,000 from like 8 different people. And when that place was over, I slept in my car and did DoorDash for the entire winter. And it took me like 5 months to pay everybody back. I didn't have to, but I chose to. Each of them told me that money's gone, don't worry about it. But I slept in my car in the winter from 2018 to 2019, and I paid everybody back. Now, how did I get 8 people to lend me the total of $3,000 over the course of 4 months? All right, I don't want to get banned on a subscriber account. That would be a professional failure in addition to a social failure. So, although I have a really, really good mom joke to respond to that person with, I'm going to keep it to myself. I'm 42 years old, and I'm not afraid to make mom jokes in 2023. You come in here with some stupid shit, I'm going to get stupid back, because that's the language you understand. I would get banned. 80% of the time that I get suspended is due to harassment and bullying, because I'm from Philadelphia. And when we get into verbal altercations with people, we say whatever the fuck we can to hurt your feelings. Like, I'm talking, like, as a leftish person, like, I will say, like, just because I'm from Philly, I'll say some real fucked up shit that I don't even agree with. Stuff that, I'm embarrassed about, but it's Philly. When you're trying to hurt somebody's feelings, you'll go anywhere. Sorry about the bad vibes. I'm not actually angry. I'm just responding to my past. I don't have a good past, and it's not helpful for me to think of the past. I have mixed feelings about the past year. Lots of incredible things have happened in the past year, like better than ever. And some of the worst things that have ever happened to me have happened in the past year. So even the very near past is kind of traumatizing and difficult for me to speak about without getting hostile. So, like usual, I'm going to try to say it's whatever, and I'm going to try to live in the present moment. Trash Can Disco, thank you for the subscription. How somebody with under 2,000 followers has 35 subscribers doesn't make any sense. I don't know why you love me, but I want to make this worth it. I'm going to let go of my past, and we're going to hang out right now. We're on TikTok. It's not a big deal. I'm just a random internet person. It doesn't matter where I came from. There's plenty of people who just got here. Lost Tyler, thank you for the big love. Always love. Thank you for the cat paws. Thank you for confirming your membership in the hottest, craziest, wildest, zaniest, funniest, silliest, hottest chat room I've ever seen. Yeah, things could be worse. I could be stuck in your mom. Goodbye, Tactics. Thanks for coming. Thank you, Cornbread, for the likes. And thanks for reminding me that you're listening. I'm going to do better. Thank you, Cornbread. You're doing great, too. And thank you, Lost Heather, for the big love. Straight to the heart and soul. You look like an AI generated image pretending to be a bad Adobe Illustrator job from 2007. You look like 25% of Facebook profiles in 2013. Sorry, I'm being classist. It's because you don't have the blue triangle thing. All right, all right. Yeah, I'm a retired audio engineer. I spent 20 years freelancing. Uh, I was the unlikely engineer of many projects, and I did some lessons. I got 25 years of performance experience. I backed up people on guitar, bass, drums. I made more money on bass than I have as a guitarist. I love playing bass. I love backing people up on bass. I can learn shit really quick, and that's why they kept calling me. Hello, Allison. I really liked working with music, but the majority of the people I worked for would change plans. So, as a tech, as a producer, as an investor, and as a friend, I was continually heartbroken over and over again from listening to somebody's dream and then making tangible efforts towards working towards that dream, only for them to just change their mind. And that would be okay if you didn't have that night with me where I listened to you talk about your dreams. Now, when somebody talks to me about their dreams, I see it as hypothetical. And I say, oh, that sounds like a great idea. Maybe that'll happen someday. And then I get on my life. Well, I mean, I got paid most of the time, but getting paid wasn't enough. I need money, but I also need to feel like it's going to lead somewhere. And I don't even need that if I feel like I'm learning something or if I'm meeting new people. Sometimes people I work with didn't have any of those components, so I would just kind of ignore them. But if I felt like I could learn something and meet new people and it could lead me somewhere, who cares about money? It's an investment. It's part of the way of life. I'll lose money. I will purposely, gladly lose money on a project if I believe it's going to get me somewhere. If it's going to connect me to somebody else or bring me to a new area or who knows. Money isn't the only thing that motivated me as a business person. As a survivor of whatever the fuck. We're all trying to survive this economic system. There's new layers now. There's the promise of a new system, but it's only a layer within the old one. The promise of virtual reality, the promise of the resource-based post-scarcity economy within virtual reality will inherit many inequalities from the old system and limitations from the old system. As the old money powers are already in a position to profit from whatever moves we make, building this new virtual land and populating these virtual cities that they set up for us. This train of thought is uninteresting to me, so I'm going to go silent for a few minutes. All right, how invested are you? All right, we're still under 10K likes. We're at under 3 hours. We're at almost 600 diamonds. TikTok gives me half. That's 300 for almost 3 hours. We're at a little over $1 an hour. All right, I'm going to abandon this stream and I'm going to start fresh.